Hi friends, this is Dr. Abdequaem Chimthanawala. Today let us discuss few and very important characteristic symptoms of Natrum muriaticum. We have find it useful in headaches, migraine, intermittent fevers, stomach disorders, lots of complaints. But today let me only tell you few characteristic symptoms of Natrum mur that you should remember in your day-to-day practice. The first and foremost symptoms of Natrum mur: headache. Headache as if bursting, beating, and stitches through the neck and chest with heat in the head. There is a lot of heat in the head and red face. Red face, don't always think about belladonna. In Natrum mur also, heat in the head, red face, nausea and vomiting. Before, during, and after menses. Very characteristic modality of Natrum mur, that is before, during, and after menses, or during the fever stage. Decreasing gradually after sweating. Natrum mur patient will come and tell you, sir, whenever sweating starts, gradually my headache comes down. So the bursting headache, the beating headache, and red heat of the head, redness of the face, before, during, and after menses, during the fever stage, and decreases gradually after sweat. The most important characteristic. Second, the lips of Natrum mur, again very important. The lips are dry and cracked. You can see a Natrum mur lip, cracked lips, very dry lips, and the upper lip is swollen. The upper lip of Natrum mur patient is swollen, and there's eruptions around the mouth. Very important to see a Natrum mur patient. The lips are dry and cracked, upper lip is swollen, and eruptions around the mouth. Third important symptom of Natrum mur is blisters. Blisters like pearls upon the lips. You can see slight blisters on the upper lip. ऐसी मोती के समान like pearls there on the upper lip or anywhere in the lips. Blisters on the lips, especially when in intermittent fevers. So, in case of intermittent fever, if you see blisters on the lip, think of Natrum mur. Next important symptom. Much of the complaints, the patient complains much of dryness of the tongue. The patient will complain of dryness of the tongue, actually, which is not dry. Now that is important of Natrum mur. In pulsatilla, the tongue is dry when he wakes up in the morning. But in Natrum mur, though the patient complains of dryness, but actually the tongue is not very dry. And in Natrum mur, there is great aversion to bread. This is important not because of the aversion to bread, but because he used to like bread before too much, but now suddenly he has developed aversion. So whenever a patient comes to your chamber, in fact I had a case where the mother told, sir, he used to eat bread and jam, staple food, every day he wants bread and jam. But now since 10 to 15 days, he does not want bread. He said, I don't like bread, don't bring bread at home. That is Natrum mur. Aversion to bread which he once loved. Next, as you go further, again a very characteristic symptom is when throat and neck of children are emaciate rapidly. The neck and the throat emaciates, weak हो जाती है, especially during the summer complaints. That is a very important symptom of Natrum mur. One more symptom is constipation. There is a sensation of constriction in the anus. So when there is constriction feeling in the anus, the stools are difficult to expel. And because the patient then tries to expel, it suffers from fissures in the anus. Still the patient tries to expel with force, there is flow of blood, leaving a sensation of much soreness in the anus. The soreness of the anus, a very important indication of Natrum mur. Constipation because of sensation of constriction, difficult to expel the stool, fissures, and then sometimes the flow of blood and bleeding. Because of the whole thing, the anus becomes slow. A very important symptom, soreness of anus. Irregular heartbeat, irregular pulse, especially when the patient lies on the left side. The patient will tell you the irregularity in pulse whenever he lies on the left side. And of course, The last but not the least, the intermittent fever of Natrum. Very, very important symptom. Intermittent fever, especially or very much badly treated cases after abuse of quinine, which you will see lots in your practice. Lot of people will come to you with history of malaria, taking a lot of quinine from doctors, but the malaria keeps on coming, keeps on relapsing. In those badly treated cases, Natrum, a very important drug. Or abuse of quinine in damp regions, that is also important. Or newly turned quinine, newly turned malaria, also Natrum. And the chill time of Natrum is 10 or 11 am. This timing of Natrum is very important. So, my dear friends, in short, very few characteristics of Natrum that you should remember. At a glance, you should always read Mater Medica so that you can remember the drugs at the characteristic symptoms. So, if you like this video, do share and subscribe. Thank you.